To add a new contact record, click the New Record button in the lower left corner of the form. The cursor will be in the account field in the upper left corner. It'll also be blinking. You can enter the name of the account right now. For this example, we'll be creating a contact record for an individual named Andy Goodfellow. Andy will not be associated with a business or an organization. A good approach to use for creating account names for individuals is to use the last name first, followed by the phrase DBA, and then the first name. So we'll enter Goodfellow, space, DB, a space, Andy, then use the tab key. Enter the first name, tab key, enter the last name, tab key. Note that the navigation controls have been updated to reflect that we're viewing Andy's record, and then, new log activity was created. This is an administrative entry and simply denotes that at this time and date, a new record was created for Andy. By using the form to create the new record, the correct values were automatically entered into the correct database tables. Accordingly, Andy's account ID is 481. That's his primary key in that table. Andy's contact ID in the contact table is 645. That's his primary key in that table. Since Andy is associated with himself, there's also an entry in the field called Contact Company ID. It's the same as his account ID. With the new contact record having been created, scroll to the bottom of the form and fill out all the contact info. Note that Andy's company association or account association has automatically been entered in the company field in the Contact Info tab. After filling in Andy's contact info, navigate back to the top of the form. And if Andy is associated with a website, you can enter that information here. We'll create another new contact, this time for Andy's brother named Steve. We'll click the New Record button. This time, we're going to create a business contact record. Andy and his brother decide to form a company. They're going to call their company Goodfellow Associates, so we'll enter that in the account field. Tab key, we'll enter Steve's first name, tab key, Goodfellow. Tab key. We now have a record for Steve Goodfellow at Goodfellow Associates. Again, the software automatically created an admin logged activity entry indicating that Steve was added as a new contact. Note that Steve has a different account ID number than Andy does, even though they're going to be in the same company. We'll have to fix that. Also, Steve has his own unique contact ID or primary key. At this point, we would navigate to the bottom of the form and fill out Steve's contact info. And then, if he has a website, we'd put it in here. Next, we want to put Andy and Steve into the same company association, titled Goodfellow Associates. Note that the account ID for Goodfellow Associates is 482. We need to remember that, because we're going to go to Andy's record. And we're going to change this number to 482. Tab key. Note that Andy immediately shows up as being associated with Goodfellow Associates. And if we open the other, here's Dropdown, which is a dropdown that shows the individuals at a specific account. Both Andy and Steve are now listed there. Basically, you can assign any contact to a given account ID by simply entering the value in this field and tabbing out of the field to make that change. And if we open the drop-down for all contacts, we can see there's two separate entries, one for Andy and one for Steve, both showing that they belong to Goodfellow Associates.